Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. We're up to quite a few subscribers. I'll have to check when I get back inside and edit this. It's been a while since I've posted. A lot of things have happened since then. We'll get into some of that. But today what we're doing is we're going after the upstream oxygen sensor on my Td6 L405. It's 2016. Because of some other stuff that went on that I'll get into later, it was putting out a lot of soot, and I think that it gumped up the oxygen sensor. Now, oxygen sensors today generally have 4 wires. Some of them have 6, but they have a heater circuit, so they're preheated. So the gap IID, I'll put the screenshot over it, but it says P2251-13 oxygen sensor negative current control circuit open. Bank 1 sensor 1 general electrical failure circuit open. This is actually a little different message. I was getting one before that had something about the heater circuit grounding to negative. I bought a new one out of Slovenia. Took a while to get here, but it was about a quarter of the price that we can get it here. Over here, they were going for about $400. I got it for a little bit over 100, shipped and delivered. Now I think it took about a month, but it's BOSCH OEM, and I'll show you that. Hopefully you can see that. I'll show you the original one. I'll put that over the thing. But here it's interesting. They don't want you to have your accountant replace this. They'd rather have somebody with an oversized wrench. So we're going to try to do it ourselves. We've got the truck up in extended height and also on a ramp, so should have plenty of room to get up underneath there and get it out. I don't think there's going to be any good way to show this when I'm up under the truck, but these things, fortunately they put anti-seize on the threads, and so with that they tend to come out pretty good. Once you break them loose, they are just hand tight. I'm going to go ahead and cover that one up. But what I had to do when I took the other one out was I slipped my wrench over my O2 sensor wrench, and there's really no room under there. And so what I do is I use my magnet, and I will flip it up and push it with the magnet until it gets to the other side, and then slowly it is a slow process, but I'll use the weight of that to flip it over and get it screwed in and or unscrewed. So let's get under the truck and get to it. I don't know that you can see this. This is probably going to end up being a terrible video. This is the catalytic converter. Underneath that is the front left wheel, and pretty much right behind the front left wheel is this is the front drive shaft or prop shaft, and you can see here's the little cable that puts the transmission in neutral from up above. So I'm going to take this off just to get a little bit of room, and you got to wedge your hand way up in there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. I will try to put an arrow on the video, but it's way up in there. Right here is the connector for it. I had to put the original one back in because it took so long for the other one to get here, but it used to reside up on that little tang. I don't know that it's going to make it back up on there. Don't know that that's a huge deal. We will get to it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this over the sensor, and then beat on this one way or the other. I don't think it's in there very tight. Oops, I had it off not long ago. So I'm going to fish. Whoop. fish that up through. I'm having trouble figuring out which way that thing should go. It's upside down or backwards. So zoop, there. It should go this. Should come down. Okay. I don't know if you can see anything, but I got a little brass hammer. I'm trying to beat on the flange of that just a little bit. So man alive, this stuff gets gunked up quick. This probably only has, I don't know, a couple 100 miles on it since I took it out and completely cleaned it. But we did get it out. It is 4 wires, and I'll put all the appropriate part numbers. There's no good way to video this because it's way up in there, but what I did was I slid this over it when it was up there, and then I just keep pushing this around. I use it as I use this to give myself a little bit more leverage, and then once you get it to a certain point, you can just start undoing it by hand. Problem is as you can see, the cord is fighting against you. So we'll take this out. I want to measure some of these pins and compare them to the new one.
A few moments later.
All right, YouTube. So there's really no good way to film this. Everything is just so jammed in here. I ended up taking off this exhaust clamp so that I could get my arm up in there. Let's see if I can get some light on the situation. So I took off this exhaust clamp so that I could fish my arm up through there. And I also took off the neutral cable to give me a little bit more room. Here's the connector, and then I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know. I'm going to try 3 or 4 different shots and hope that one of them shows it when I am editing this. There it is. Got it swapped out. We'll clear the codes, go for a ride, see what we got. I don't know how much of that's going to be usable, but hopefully some of it is. There's not a lot of room, and I had to take off my sweatshirt in order to get my chubby arm up in there. If you've got long, slender fingers and long, slender forearms, it'd probably be a much easier job. So took off the exhaust clamp, took off the neutral wire, and that gave us just enough room to see and get up there, get the connector undone. You had to fish it in and pretty much had to turn it just with your 2 fingers. And then once it was up there, or once it was in, then I used the O2 socket and pretty much hand tightened it. You could get enough of a torque on there to wrench it down. Not sure what the exact torque spec is, but I don't think I over torqued it. Few heat cycles and it seems to just set right in. So Hopefully you got something out of that. But other than that, my time is up. Thank you for yours. We'll see you on the next one, YouTube.